There's something strange in my NES games. What is this one called?
GhostBusters!
The movies were great, the 80s ones anyway. What were these ones called?
GhostBusters!
Is it worth the play? Let's pop it in anyway. Who are you gonna call?
GhostBusters!
Ghosts. Sorry. Ghosts and more ghosts. They've decided to come out in full force, and they've picked your city to show off their stuff. So, who are you gonna call? Now, right off the bat, this has got to be one of the most confusing games I've played in recent memory. You're tasked with buying a loadout of weapons, equipment, vehicles, and ghost-busting paraphernalia. But it's just so overwhelming being the first thing you get when you start a new game. And if that didn't throw you enough, wait until you get to the overworld screen. I was so clueless on what to do here that I thought, alright, let's run into these ghosts. No. What if I run into these people? No. Alright, flashing building. Let's go see what happens if I go into that. Nothing? I even thought maybe I had to leave a dot on every grid piece of the map. Kind of like some reverse Pac-Man. But nothing worked. So, I threw in the towel and looked up a guide. And I still don't get it. So it turns out you need to fill the city's PK bar. This goes from blue to yellow to red. Once you get to the red part, the ghost will eventually turn green. This is where you need to press the number 2 on your control pad. And that will capture the ghosts, and if you do this 4 times, you will have enough money to proceed to the next part of the game. But if you're not fast enough, they will merge together to create the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, who truly belongs behind bars. Sadly, the next section in this is probably my favourite in the game. All you need to do is get past the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man by going up and avoiding being squashed by him. You need to get 2 of your Ghostbusters through here to progress to the next level. And then we're on to the worst part of this game, which would be the ascend up the stairs. So you only have 1 hit here, but you do have a projectile. You need to shoot the ghosts as you climb, so they don't hit you with their projectiles. You move slow, and it's quite easy to get hit. This is just not fun to do. And so, I went back to the towel rack and threw another one in. Graphically, it looks pretty good for the Sega Master System. And I've got to say, with music, I will give it a shout out, as it has the entire Ghostbusters song in glorious 8-bit, and that plays on the opening, complete with lyrics. Kind of how I was inspired to open this video, if I'm honest. Now, I was never a huge fan of Ghostbusters growing up, and although I have seen the 2 80s Ghostbusters movies, it's been a really long time between watches. And the one thing I constantly think about, at least when I think of Ghostbusters 2, is that Mr. Bean's American friend, David Langley, is the antagonist.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! God! Oh, Mary!
I'm certainly due for a rewatch on both of these. 'Tis the season after all. So on pricing, a card's about $20, and I've seen Complete go for about 40.
So, that was Ghostbusters. Wait a minute. So, that was Ghostbusters. Initially very confusing and overwhelming. And as you get along and figure out what to do, it's just boring and not fun to play, if I'm honest. I was really hoping for something more of like a platforming Ghostbuster game. I think that would be kind of cool. I think there is one, but this ain't it. So, with that, this one we'll be calling No One and ending up in the barrel of shame. Now, in retrospect, there are no bad games, but there are bad first impressions. And this one leaves 2. Happy Halloween.